trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Olivia DeRocha. We hope today you get a moment to remember and honor our fallen service members on this Memorial Day. Let's start with getting a check on our forecast this afternoon. We have Chelsea standing by in the weather. Chelsea, it was a gorgeous day when I was walking in this afternoon. What can you tell us about what the rest of the day looks like?
Yeah, it's gotten even better from there, Olivia. You know, so many events going on today, and we have absolutely perfect weather for it. We're sitting at 84 degrees in Providence. It's getting hot outside today. Memorial Day, we so often consider the unofficial start to summer, and we're getting some summer-like weather out there right now. Breezes coming in out of the west at 13 miles per hour. And the good news is with these really warm temperatures, it's not overly humid outside. You're going to notice the muggy factor going up a bit this afternoon, but dew points right now in the 50s, not too bad when we talk about temperatures that are in the 80s for most of our inland spots. It is significantly cooler at the coastline. If you're making today a beach day, keep that in mind. Only in the upper 60s and low 70s right along the immediate coastline, but all of us running warmer than where we were yesterday at this time, especially for our inland spots, coming up about 10 degrees warmer than yesterday at this time. And yesterday was a really beautiful day. Satellite radar image is quiet and clear. You're seeing full sunshine outside. If anything, you'll get a few passing clouds as we head into the afternoon, but all in all, a nice, bright, warm, and again, not too muggy day. We have some clouds overnight. The muggy factor does go up. There'll be some patchy fog as well. I'll let you know how long these warm temps are with us coming up in just a few minutes. Olivia?
Chelsea, thank you. Clearly a very nice day out today. If you have some time to spend it outside on this Memorial Day, dozens of parades happening right now across southern New England, including New Bedford's annual Memorial Day Parade. And that's where we find ABC6 News reporter Yanni Trigelis. He joins us now live. Yanni, how's the parade?
Yeah, good afternoon, Olivia. We're out here in New Bedford at the annual Memorial Day Parade. And if you could take a look behind me, just take a look at this huge crowd, hundreds of people from the city of New Bedford gathering today to honor those who have fallen serving our country. And if you take a look here behind me as we pan this way, the New Bedford marching band coming up right behind us right now, performing for the hundreds of people in the crowd. Now this here, it is the first parade after a 3-year hiatus due to COVID, making a grand return here again in the city of New Bedford. And representatives from the Veterans Affairs, from the Disabled American Veterans, Vietnam vets, and many other military organizations walking this parade, as well as many local organizations and youth organizations with many kids. Now the parade starting at the New Bedford High School, now marching down Parker Street right now before making its final turn down to the Klasky Common Bank. And there are over 100 service members participating in this parade, and then as well as many members from the organizations, the Girl Scouts, many Boy Scouts organizations, and youth and military organizations participating as well, and the hundreds of members of the community that you saw cheering them on. And now this is also, it's a day that's often overshadowed by cookouts and parties and people celebrating a day off, but it's also important that we can't forget the true meaning of Memorial Day and honoring the fallen heroes who have paid the ultimate sacrifice.
My grandfather served, my great-grandfather served, my father-in-law served, so it's just to be here to memorialize them.
And it's their sacrifice in the service that allows us to be here today to do a parade, to later have the cookouts and get together with families.
And the parade continuing to march down here on Parker Street right now before making its final turn before wrapping up. And afterwards, when the parade is over, there will be one final service that will take place. And all members that are participating in this Memorial Day parade are welcome to participate. And as you can see behind me, the parade continuing to march down Parker Street right now. Many of the gatherers and community members that are watching getting ready to follow down as they get ready for that parade to conclude before that final memorial service taking place, with all of the service members participating to honor those who have fallen, making the ultimate sacrifice for our country on this Memorial Day. Live in New Bedford, Yanni Trigelis, ABC6 News.
Thank you so much, Yanni. The boots on the ground for Heroes Memorial is open to the public again today until 6 o'clock tonight. This memorial at Fort Adams State Park has more than 7,000 boots filled with flags and name placards representing the lives of U.S. service members killed in action after 9/11 in the global war on terror. And the 13 boots of the U.S. service members killed last year during the withdrawal from Afghanistan were also added.
There's no better place to have the boots on the ground for Heroes Memorial than a historic parade field. Here in Newport, we're right near the Navy station, so it was just a great spot for it, and it's really found its home here.
There is also a special ceremony for the state's Gold Star families over the weekend. And as folks hit the road again today to head home for Memorial Day plans, gas prices remain very high in our area. In Rhode Island, AAA reporting the average price of a gallon of regular gas is $4.71. Massachusetts, no better. The average is a record high of $4.73. Now, economic experts are concerned these high gas prices may stick around for a while and even go up a little bit higher.
As we progress beyond Memorial Day, I now peg our odds at $5 a gallon gasoline nationwide at 60%. So that could be coming. The above average hurricane forecast, that is a high risk that we could see prices remaining elevated basically through Labor Day.
And as of Sunday, the most expensive place in the gas to get country, California, that's according to AAA, and the least expensive is out in Kansas. New this afternoon out of Warwick, the superintendent of Warwick Schools is calling for the firing of the principal at Wyman Elementary School. The principal, Ronald Celio, was placed on leave April 8th after allegedly restraining a student, which led to an investigation. Now, Superintendent Lynn Danbrook is calling on the Warwick School Committee to fire the principal. Danbrook also says other interim leaders at the school will remain in their roles for right now. And now to the Celtics. The C's playoff journey continues right to the NBA Finals. The Green got up early last night in Game 7 against the Heat, but it did get tight at the end. Our sports team, Nick Coit and Ian Steele in South Beach with a full recap of this big, exciting game.
Nick Coit, Ian Steele with you from FTX Arena in Miami, where the Boston Celtics have won the Eastern Conference title. The Celtics are going back to the NBA Finals, Ian, for the first time in 12 years.
And they did it by beating the Miami Heat here in Miami in Game 7, winning 3 road games in the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Heat threw everything they could at the Celtics in Game 7. This was a 2-point game down the stretch. Marcus Smart making some clutch free throws, kind of a microcosm of the entire season. This was the middle-of-the-pack team back at the turn of the new year, and here they are off to the NBA Finals.
Jason Tatum with 26 points. Marcus Smart, as Ian mentioned, 24 points. Jaylen Brown with 24 points as well. The big 3 this time around for the Celtics, getting it done and getting them back to the NBA Finals. Here is reaction from the Eastern Conference champion, Boston Celtics.
Still doesn't even seem real right now. You know, I'm just extremely happy and grateful. You know, regardless of how long I've been in the league, I'm not too far removed from when I was in high school and when I was dreaming about moments like this.
I just don't know how to act. I'm out there just, you know what I'm saying, just caught up, excited. You know, a lot of hard work. I've been a part of a lot of great teams, and I'm so proud of this group.
All right, Ian, we can finally talk about it now. The Golden State Warriors are next in the NBA Finals for the Celtics. Ian, this is a dynamic team. We know all about them. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, these guys have been on the big stage for the past decade.
Yeah, these are 2 of the most historic franchises in NBA history. The Celtics had the dynasty back in the day, and the Warriors kind of have the dynasty of modern day, winning 3 championships between 2015 and 2018. But 2018 was the last time they won it. So this is going to be a matchup, a marquee matchup in the NBA Finals coming up here.
So it is Warriors, it is Celtics. Game 1 is Thursday night. You can watch it right here on ABC6. It'll be in San Francisco. That's where the Celtics are headed next, and that's where our coverage heads next as well. For Ian Steele, I'm Nick Coit. That wraps up our coverage from Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics onto the NBA Finals.
Coming up after the break, the Department of Justice launching an investigation into the response time of police in that Texas school massacre as some of the families say their final goodbyes, and how those victims continue to be remembered right here in Rhode Island. Turning now to our continuing coverage of the massacre in Texas. Today, the growing questions surrounding law enforcement's response in Uvalde. The Department of Justice opening a review into the shooting. All this as President Biden visited grieving families and survivors over the weekend. ABC's Ika Jachi is in Washington with the latest.
Today, as the Department of Justice conducts a review of the law enforcement response to the deadly shooting at Uvalde, Texas, new video obtained by ABC News shows the frantic moments after the gunman opened fire inside Robb Elementary, killing 21 people, including 19 children. Law enforcement officers seen breaking windows, trying to get children out of the school. The footage also capturing what appears to be dispatch audio telling officers on the scene they're on the phone with the student trapped in the classroom and the gunman was with them.
You have a child on the line. Child is advising he is in the room full of victims at this moment.
She identified herself and whispered she's in room 112. At 12:10, she called back in room 12, advised her multiple are dead. Again at 12:16, she called back and said there was 8 to 9 students alive.
Sources tell ABC News the gunman was inside the school for 77 gut-wrenching minutes before a tactical team defied local authorities and entered the school, killing the suspect over an hour after the carnage began.
They heard repeated orders, the sources said, not to go into the classroom, but eventually they convinced their own superiors to let them do whatever they could do to rescue children.
On Sunday, President Biden and the First Lady traveling to Uvalde, laying flowers at a growing memorial, and later meeting with the victims' families, survivors, and first responders.
The pain is palpable, and I think a lot of it's unnecessary.
Now, the DOJ review is not a criminal investigation. The department says a report will be issued publicly once the review is finished, and they'll be looking into the actions of law enforcement to determine what worked and what failed. Ika Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
Here locally, dozens of people gathered at a middle school in Coventry this weekend to honor those victims killed in that shooting. Now, the goal of this gathering in Coventry was to bring change and spread hope to other families across the nation.
We said, well, let's see if we can do something, get together and bring the community into it and talk about it and figure out, what can we do for Texas? We're on the other side of the country. So we thought about raising funds for something, but we're like, you know what? Let's just all get together. We'll do a candlelight vigil. We'll do it at the middle school. I have kids in the school. Every business that we, came together, all my friends, we all have kids. We're all a small community.
And that vigil lasted about 1 hour. The search for survivors continues in northeast Brazil after heavy rain triggered deadly landslides this weekend. Officials now giving the latest death toll. Complete devastation in the northeast region of Brazil. More than 80 people now dead following a heavy rainstorm. The rain triggered landslides and floods, wiping out neighborhoods. Thousands of people have been forced out of their homes, and meanwhile, schools have been set up as temporary shelters for those displaced. Right now, the search continues for dozens of people who are still missing.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Well, a really beautiful day here in southern New England. The view from Block Island right now shows you some people walking along the water there. Temperature over Block Island only 68 degrees, so it is significantly cooler at the immediate coastline today compared to some of our inland spots where those temperatures are coming up well into the 80s. Expect low to mid 70s in most spots with a low rip risk. Our high tide was at 8:30 this morning, low tide at 1:30 this afternoon. No matter what you're doing outside today, the UV index is very high. So whether you're at the beaches, whether you're inland, anything you're doing outside, you're going to want to make sure that you put that sunblock on. The breeze is coming in from the west to the southwest, and that's what's keeping us cooler at the coastline. Inland spots, though, away from the water into the mid 80s in Providence, 80 in Smithfield, 85 in Norwood, 83 in Taunton, 80 in New Bedford right now. So a really warm day, especially for our inland spots, warmer than yesterday at this time, with that breeze again continuing to come in from the southwest, picking up just a bit for coastal locations, especially coming in around 15 miles per hour. Not overly windy, but a little bit of a breeze continues to pick up through the afternoon. Now, the breeze from the southwest today again keeps us cooler at the coast, brings us into the mid to upper 80s for our inland spots. We head through tonight. We actually stay very mild. We wake up tomorrow morning around 70 degrees. Now tomorrow, I still have highs in the 80s. That's going to happen sometime in the morning. I would say maybe 10, 11 o'clock, we see our warmest temperatures of the day. And then what happens is the wind shifts. There's a backdoor cold front, so kind of a backwards cold front that's going to be coming into the area. And we get a breeze coming in from the northeast, and it picks up as the day goes on. So eastern Mass starts to cool down very quickly. By 5 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, temperatures for eastern Mass in the 50s, and that cool air does push back west into southern New England to Rhode Island. And temperatures by 5 p.m. are down to the low 70s. So the temperatures actually drop as we head through tomorrow afternoon with that wind shifting. We have lower dew points outside today, but I am expecting the dew points to come up just a little bit. So when we talk about that muggy factor, you see a little peak coming through overnight and into tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, as that backdoor cold front comes in, the dew points drop. We get very comfortable and we're significantly cooler by late tomorrow afternoon and into the evening, and certainly by Wednesday. So enjoy today, that sunshine, the summer-like warmth. Temperatures into the 80s this afternoon for most of us inland, just cooler at the immediate coastline. Otherwise, big high pressure system in control. We get a few passing fair weather clouds at times. We're dry overnight. You may get some patchy fog out there. It stays really warm overnight. And then tomorrow, you can see those clouds increasing from the west. You can almost see a line of clouds coming in as the afternoon progresses, as that front gets closer and the cooler temperatures start to move in. We're looking at relatively dry conditions, maybe a few little spot showers overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. Wednesday, though, more clouds, dry for the morning, and then eventually some rain and some thunderstorms maybe moving in for Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Mid to upper 80s outside today for our inland spots. Again, about 10 plus degrees cooler at the coastline. Still a gorgeous day. Just don't expect 80s at the beaches. We're looking at upper 60s with partly clear conditions overnight. Some patchy fog expected in spots. And then tomorrow, still in the 80s, but that happens early in the day. Will be cooler for the east. And as that wind shifts and starts to come in from the northeast, cooler temperatures start to come in as the day progresses. So we cool down tomorrow afternoon. Only in the 60s on Wednesday, and then we hover in the low to mid 70s, which is fairly seasonable for this time of year for the rest of the 7-day. Olivia?
Thank you, Chelsea. Jury deliberations now officially underway in the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard defamation case, where the famous actor was spotted just hours before these deliberations began. Welcome back, and now to focus on your health. When thinking of retirement, many people may think about spending their days lounging by the pool or dozing off in a recliner. But now new research suggesting it's important to stay active. With more, here's ABC's Justin Finch.
After a lifetime of work, sitting back and relaxing seems to be the reward many look forward to in retirement. But new research suggests that may not be the best way to spend your golden years. Researchers at the University of Bath in the UK set up a 52-week exercise program for people over age 65. They found those who took part in the program for a year were better able to climb stairs and walk short distances compared to those who did not participate. Doctors say more research is needed, but prioritizing exercise in retirement is still a good idea. With this Medical Minute, I'm Justin Finch.
And in entertainment news this afternoon, Johnny Depp making a surprise appearance at a Jeff Beck concert overnight in England. This just hours before jury deliberations officially began in the actor's lawsuit against his ex-wife, Amber Heard. After the captivating 6-week trial, the jury is now set to decide on who they believe in this multi-million-dollar defamation case, with both sides claiming to be victims of abuse. After the break, attention night owls, you just might catch a meteor shower tonight. What time scientists say you have the best chance to catch that dazzling show. Plus, Chelsea has another look at your afternoon forecast on this sunny Monday afternoon. People across North America could see a dazzling display tonight. Earth is expected to pass through the debris trail of a broken comet tonight into tomorrow. Now, NASA says the best time to check it out on the East Coast is around 1 a.m. The space agency says the meteor shower was first discovered in 1930, but scientists say it has been breaking apart for decades, so there's an outside chance you won't see much. Chelsea, I will not be up at 1 o'clock, but you
waking up.
So you can step outside and check it out. I don't know.
When the alarm goes off, maybe I'll get lucky. But I was looking into this. First time it's ever happened, this particular meteor shower. Yeah, it's kind of cool, actually.
Well,
so
you can take some pictures and share them tomorrow.
There we go. There we go. I like it. We are hopefully going to be seeing mainly clear conditions overnight. It's actually going to be really warm overnight, too. Today, we're in the mid to upper 80s for our inland spots. It's not overly humid, so it's a really nice, bright day. It is cooler at the beaches. Overnight, we'll stay mild. Tomorrow, we still have 80s. That happens in the first half of the day. By the afternoon, the breeze shifts, cooler temperatures settle in, and the rest of the 7 days much cooler. So a little taste of summer out there today.
Looks pretty good to me. I'm not complaining. Thanks so much for joining us for ABC6 News at noon. The news continues first at 4, and for news and weather anytime, abc6.com is always on.